Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip, and what we have for sale here today is a 963C crawler loader. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this particular machine, the first tip, the operating specs in the second, and we'll run it in the third. Price on a new machine like this these days is, I'm not even sure how much they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're bumping $300,000. You know, the hours on this machine, we're just going to sell this machine as unknown because we had trouble with a control box and we couldn't get it to work. And part of that control box, I'll show you here in the cabin a little bit, was the hour meter. So we just replaced the control box, put a new hour meter in it. We wanted to make sure all the gauges and whatnot work, so we just put a new one and everything on it works. As far as manufacturers go, everybody knows Cat, and everybody probably that's in the market for a crawler loader knows that Cat's been really the only major, the only successful major manufacturer of big crawler loaders like this. And Cat's obviously #1 in heavy construction mining. The weight of this machine is 46,000 pounds. The widest point is actually this bucket here, which is 8'6" wide. The tallest point is the top of that cab at 11'2". As far as the history of this machine goes, this is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine. We don't mess with salt or anything like that around here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so you know, everything is, there's no rust. I mean, you see surface rust. And one of the things that we did do, we kind of shined its shoes, so to speak. We just touched up the undercarriage a little bit, but other than that, this machine has never been painted. The contractor I bought this from had a great maintenance program, and it rivaled some of the best that I've seen. We've been happy with all the units we purchased from those guys. As far as options go, as you can see, it's got an enclosed cab with a working heater and a working AC. All the glass is in the cab. As far as the engine goes, this has got a 3126B Cat engine. It's a 158 horsepower engine. All the fluid levels are okay. The machine's mechanically sound. It's got no leaks on it whatsoever. The undercarriage here is probably about 25–30%. Like I say, we kind of dusted it off a little bit and we just threw a little bit of cat yellow paint on the undercarriage. Not a big deal, but just makes it look a little better. We do that with our own machines. All of the pins and the bushings are relatively tight on this machine. As far as the bucket width goes, this bucket is 8'6" wide. It's 4.5 feet tall, and it's 3.5 foot deep. And I would guess that this bucket, it doesn't have a plate on it, but I would guess that this bucket's probably a 2.5, 2 3/4 yard bucket. We're gonna run it in the next clip. I'm gonna operate this loader for you here in the next clip. I'm not much of a loader operator, but a crawler loader operator, for that matter. But I'm just gonna show you all of the controls in the inside of the cab. There's a seat. Visibility on these loaders is pretty good. The other option I forgot to mention was the fact that it's got a ripper. So here's your glow plug right here. I believe that is to control your monitor panel here. I'll show you that all the gauges and whatnot work. I'll do that again. This light here will stay on. This will show that it's charging, the alternator's charging. I thought it stayed on, but maybe it doesn't. Anyway, as you can see, yeah, there it goes. That just shows that the alternator's charging. It's showing 6 hours. Here's your bucket control. This is your ripper here. So this is your bucket. Bucket rolling. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I'm in frame there. This is your throttle here. This is your forward and reverse. This is where you put it, get it out of lock mode. This is your AC right here. Of course you can't see this, but it's blowing cold air right now. It's probably about 75 degrees here in Dallas, and that's pretty, the air's pretty cool coming out of that. Here's your radio. Got different settings here. This is obviously heat or AC. So that's the inside of the cab.